The last quest of Overlord begins with two of the biggest cinematics in the game that explain the secret story behind everything that happened until now. That's the reason that I won't keep them, but of course I will give you the chance to move into the main action by putting an annotation in one of the lower corners of the video.
All hail the return of the Overlord, the one true evil. Oh no, not you, the real Overlord. Yes. I've always been loyal to evil. I don't ask questions. Evil is as evil does. Welcome back, sire.
I am home. Even if I did have to hitch a ride inside this wizened and weary body. I believe you've met my tortoise, Velvet.
I barely recall him, Daddy.
She has been most useful to me. And then there's Rose. Sadly, she has not been so cooperative.
As if I could side with someone that thinks my sister is useful.
You thought you'd killed me, didn't you? You and your hero friends? But I'd planned a little trip, you see. Really get under good skin. Literally. That fool wizard thought he'd won, until I purged his very soul and became one with his mortal carcass.
Now that, you'll agree, is a cunning plan.
One by one, the others fell to my corrupting influence. Those walls of goodness, purity, obedience. One just has to know where to push. And as for you, you fell, and they left you behind in their desperation to become heroes. I gave you a second chance, a different path. You were of use to me, but now you're just in my way. Minions!
Master! Master! We are your minions, sire! He was nothing compared to you, your supreme evilness.
I believe you've been borrowing my spells. No more. Now I shall eliminate your physical presence. You already dealt with the others for me, my little puppet.
Master, while you still have power left, I can speak directly to you. There must be a way to stop him. I've got it! The Tower Heart!
Rose, where are you going? Don't make me kill you.
Rose is the only one that tries to help me at the beginning of my last quest in Overlord. What she does is damage the Tower Heart to weaken her father and gives me a chance to take back my spells and my minions. Gnarl won't try to stop me in any way, but he won't help me either.
It's worth a smart one. If only you'd joined me. No matter. Once I absorb your energy, I will restore it to its full power. Minions!
Against the browns and reds, you don't have to do anything special, but against the greens, it is better to use the third level of your fire spell, cause they can climb up on you and it will take much more time to defeat them. Once the battle is over, I will regain control over the brown minions. I will summon 50 of them and start the search for the rest minion hives to regain control over the rest minions too. And of course, this won't happen without any effort, since some dark minions will keep spawning in specific places to fight me.
I think I've managed to weaken the Tower Heart. You need to go after him, now. Get your minions back. That That's the only way you'll stand a chance.
Yuck! That room is full of beetles. They're getting stuck in my boots.
Nothing like a little snack with your entertainment. Master! Master! You were a decent Overlord. I might even miss you.
Killing the bugs is not necessary, but feel free to do it if you are short in brown life force, since they won't stop spawning. At the starting point of this area, every time me or my minions pass, some dark brown minions will spawn to fight me. The good thing is that my browns are much stronger because of the armor and the weapons from the Ruborian desert, so it's pretty easy to defeat these ones and proceed without big problems. Although, if you see that your horde cannot handle this battle on its own, you should help them with some of your spells. Usually there are some red minions coming from behind too, but probably these browns took care of them. The first minion hive that I have the chance to collect is the red one. Every minion hive I collect helps me summon different kind of minions that are necessary in order to collect the next one. So you can't really leave any of them behind and try to proceed to the next quest, which of course is to kill the wizard. Every time you pass from this area, you will have to fight against red minions and a couple magma beetles. If you have at least 10 browns in your horde, you have nothing to fear, since the red, as you already know, are very weak if their opponent manages to get close to them. As you can see, I don't leave the minion hive to get far away from me, because the dark brown minions in the beginning of this area will kill some of the minions that are carrying it if I am not there to protect them. The next minion hive I can retrieve is the blue, and in order to do that I have to summon at least 10 red minions, but because of the fact that there will be dark brown minions trying to stop me, I believe it's wiser to take 20 red minions with me, so that if any of them dies in the battle, I will still have 10 to carry the hive out of the lava and back to the Tower Heart. Before I send them to carry the hive to the Tower Heart, I want them to turn a wheel that cannot be accessed by other minions and will allow me to continue to the next area. It's very important to send exactly 10 red minions to the hive, because if you send, for example, 12, the 2 of them will stay there and start fighting with the dark reds that will spawn once you pick up the hive. Also very important is to be ready to send your browns towards the dark ones, or use a fire spell against them, because it is very easy for them to kill your reds. Try to lure the reds away from the lava, and then send your browns towards them, just to ensure that they won't burn from it. Now that the hive is back to the tower heart, I will send the reds back to the pit and summon 20 blues.
Not my father.
This time it is far more crucial to have more than 10 minions in your horde, since the green hive is guarded inside water by green minions, so the blues will for sure have to fight, and if your spells are not enough to kill the dark green minions, or you don't have enough mana to use them, then you will probably lose a couple blue minions.
Blue rounds. Treasure.
It is better to not use any minion spell to kill these beetles, cause your minions may try to kill the ones past the green poison and die cause of it. Placing the browns in a guard marker is pretty important if you want to ensure that none of them will get inside the water.
Browns.
Sometimes I like to check if all of my minions are fine, because there were some occasions where dark minions were summoned again in an area where I had just defeated them, so a couple of minions were trying to fight them without me noticing it, and since the weaker minions are at the back of my horde, because I have the browns as my main, it is easier to have casualties.
Blues.
With the green hive being brought to the tower heart, I have retrieved all the hives and I can proceed to the next hidden room of the tower and kill the wizard to complete the game. This time, the greens will help me clear the area outside the battlefield, but they are also very useful if I want to kill the wizard in a couple of seconds.
Browns.
More specifically, each time the wizard commands dark minions to attack me, he creates a protective barrier around him with a specific color. The color of the barrier gives you the information of what minions you have to use in order to break it and hit directly the wizard. I have played this battle at least 15 times, and in all of them, the wizard used a green barrier to protect himself at the beginning of the battle. That's the reason I took 20 green minions with me, and the reason I took 30 browns is because of the high damage they will do to him once the barrier is down, and of course I will use also the Legion of Honor spell. If you don't succeed to defeat him at once, he will knock your minions back and start moving like a hurricane along the battlefield. In order to avoid him, you will have to gather your minions close to the minion pits, since he won't pass from there, and wait for him to stop. Once he stops, he will create again the barrier around him, and you will have one more chance to finish him.
Greens.
Since it is the last regular video for Overlord, I would like to share with you my thoughts about the game. The gameplay is pretty innovating. In 80% of the game, my minions do the fighting, and at least for me, this was the first time I played the game with this kind of gameplay. The command to send my minions somewhere or bring them back to me stuck a couple of times, but the occasions were very few in comparison with the hundreds of times that it worked smoothly. The storyline was pretty good, and for sure I wasn't expecting that all the quests was part of the wizard's plan to take back his throne. I hope you find my videos about how to complete the game in zero corruption level useful. Of course, as I told you in previous videos of mine, I will make some special videos to show you how you can complete the game in 100% corruption level and a couple other things. Don't forget to subscribe and maybe give me a comment about your opinion of the game. Thanks for watching, guys.
His domain flourished. Evil became a part of everyday life. His minions went forth and multiplied. The people were in awe of their great leader. He, his mistress, and all their little minions lived happily ever after. But evil will always find a way.